The Lovely Bones follows a 14-year-old girl named Susie Salmon who was raped and murdered on December 6, 1973, in a cornfield located near her home. The novel focuses on Susie's death as she journeys through certain levels to get to the final and ultimate heaven.
This is not really one place, and also is not the other place.
We watch through her eyes as she observes her family to see them falling apart due to the tragedy that strikes. The killer himself went by the name of George Harvey. He is a malicious, vengeful character who was created by the author Alice Sebold. She based him off her past story where she was raped and beaten, as she ties in key characteristics from her personal rapist to the fictional role. Over Harvey's life, he has taken 7, including Susie. His torturous past comes to haunt his victims' families by the horrific murders, which leaves a frightening feeling in the town. This ultimately creates no sense of safety in the rural community. Mr. Harvey's past has created bountiful problems for not only him, but the families that surround his community. In the beginning of Mr. Harvey's life, he witnessed his own father take his mother's life. Little did Mr. Harvey's father know that at the time this would have an impact on his life that would affect numerous people. Mr. Harvey's father had reasoning for killing the mother of his child, stating that the worst thing to be in this world is a single unloved woman. His father felt that he was doing Mr. Harvey's mother a favor when he killed her in cold blood. To Harvey's father, being youthful and loveless was the worst thing in this world. He simply believed that he was doing the mother of his child a favor. When Mr. Harvey observed his mother being killed, he felt a seam of rage that continued to build up inside of him for many years. Due to this anger, Harvey had turned to the feeling that he should kill young girls to put them out of their misery and despair.
I have to go.
I don't want you to leave. I'm not gonna hurt you, Susie.
Mr. Harvey has caused family after family to fall apart because of his killings and desires. Just one example would be the Salmons. After Susie's tragic murder, her family was under a strain to remain united. Abigail, Susie's mother, began to have an affair with Len Furneman, who was the lead detective in the case. Her father, Jack, and sister Lindsay became consumed with trying to solve the murder. Jack begins to see that all the evidence is leading to Mr. Harvey by stating, "I am certain there's a man in my neighborhood who knows something." But without solid proof on Mr. Harvey, they cannot bring justice to his daughter's killer.
I think it's time for you to go home now, Mr. Salmon. Go on home. I'm sorry. I can't help you. What did you do to her? What did you do to my daughter?
Jack felt responsible in a way because a father should protect his children. It is stated by Sebold, the guilt on him, the hand of God pressing down on him, saying, "You weren't there when your daughter needed you." Family tragedies are known for producing spiraling guilt. The death of Susie puts a strain on their family no one can revoke. Overall, several families within their community become fearful that their children would suffer the same horrendous fate as Susie. As the world of the Salmon household came crashing down, the community comes tumbling with them. The Salmons cannot seem to find an equilibrium of becoming a family as a whole again, as well as their town. They are starting to face changes they never thought were possible. As a family, the Salmons were very innocent to the evil of the world, and they viewed their suburban neighborhood as a safe place with those with bad intentions could not enter. As said by the author Sebold, the Salmons had never understood, as they did now, what the word horror meant. After the tragedy of their daughter being raped and murdered, the Salmons can now fully comprehend what it means to lose a loved one. The death of Susie created a strong sense of uncertainty within the small city. Furnerman ushered for the buddy system and for children to no longer cut through the woods or cornfields to get home from any events, as well as creating a buddy system. As said by Furnerman in the book, adults need to be taking caution within this community. It is seen that we are not as safe as we thought we were. Always travel with others, and new established curfews are just one way to help ensure safety. Furnerman is concerned for his town. He will do everything in his power to make sure he can do the best he can to make the people in his community feel safe and well again.
But if you could just think back, I mean, she was wearing a blue jacket, yellow corduroys, similar clothes to these.
This blue jacket here?
The darker blue jacket.
Uh-huh.
And on the second photograph, you can see the pants as well.
Oh, I see, yeah. No, it does not ring a bell.
Given the childhood experiences of George Harvey, he commits the action that leads him to traumatize dozens of families. Due to Harvey's past, he sees the value in killing to try and put women in a better place than this world because they are young and vulnerable. This is something that Harvey's father would continually say to him, making sure that his son understood what it meant to kill. Susie Salmon is just one of the girls that is raped and murdered by Harvey. As the book continues, we get to see how she reacts along with her family and her community to the emotional death. The Salmon family was the most affected throughout the novel, and they seem to fall and crumble because of Mr. Harvey and his twisted and wicked past. The mental instability of the venomous character is what particularly drives him to commit the horrific murders, which ultimately leaves an eerie, daunting feeling in the broken town.
I was here for a moment, and then I was gone. I wish you all a long,